I pledge allegiance to Chelsea Green and her United States Championship win. This is your one take, one shot Smackdown review immediately following Smackdown, where you get my raw, visceral feelings where I can't change it in the morning and be like, yeah, you know what, that wasn't as bad as I thought. Nope, you hear it right after the show. And Chelsea Green's your new champion, and I gotta say, this was a good Smackdown. There was a couple points in it where I was like, no, I don't like that. In fact, one person was like, man, you're being very negative right now. And I was only being negative for like a 2-minute time frame. For the most part, it was a good show. But I'm not going to blindly sit back and say that the show is perfect. No. Here on Wrestlechop, we will criticize when needed and we will praise when deserved. And I will say that while some criticisms, yeah, fine, whatever. This was more of a praised show than anything. I definitely have way more to praise than I have to criticize. Very good stuff here. We'll start talking with Chelsea Green's U.S. title win. She won. Can't believe it. Love it. Great that they did it. Unfortunately, I feel bad for Julia. Her championship reign sucked, and it definitely was not her fault. She's super freaking talented, but they did not ever really let her sink her teeth into anything worthwhile during her run. And Chelsea Green, thing with Chelsea is, even if they booked her exactly the same as Julia, Chelsea Green is just a next level talent where she knows how to maximize her minutes to a way that most wrestlers don't. So it's no shade on Julia. I'm talking most wrestlers don't know how to maximize not even their minutes, but their seconds. Chelsea Green is just so good at getting herself over and using the limited time that she has that, well, she doesn't even need feuds to carry a U.S. title and make it feel important. And you don't need a feud either if you want to win a U.S. title. All you got to do is comment below. What are you talking about, Chop? I'm talking about the contest. Let's take a second here and talk about the contest. We'll get back into the Smackdown review. At 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away said belt right here. You can match Ilya Dragunov and Chelsea Green. All you got to do is comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, ding, 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 notification. You can win said belt. Not a toy. It hurts, and it's a replica. All right, let me set it down, and then we will continue on talking. So, Chelsea Green, she wins the championship match. I thought the match was a little too quick, being that we had a 23-minute banger, or 21-minute banger earlier. I think we could have taken 5 minutes away from the Ilya Dragunov. Who did he fight? He fought Johnny Gargano. We'll talk about that in a second. They could have took 5 minutes off of that and then given it to Chelsea Green and Julia, because when Chelsea won, and she did cheat, so we did protect Julia, though it was heel versus heel, so that was a little weird. She wins, and she runs to the crowd where Ethan Page, her mixed tag team champion from AAA, also the North American champion in NXT, Ethan Page, he was in the audience and they celebrated. I like that Ethan Page was there because it's getting us accustomed to him. I think Ethan Page is probably like maybe 3 months away from being too big for NXT. That's not a knock on NXT. That's NXT's job. Make someone a bigger star than they were when they came in and get them to the main roster. Ethan Page is there. They're celebrating with Chelsea Green. They're a great combo, great couple of Canadians just living their best lives, showing that they're the dominant force on the North American continent. And it ended so quick. I honestly think that we could have had way more celebration on this one. And that's my issue with it. But to just look on that's just a minor issue. That's a minor issue. But on the bright side, just her winning. I hope if I could like book Julia from this moment, I would have Julia like kick Kiana James to the curb, like Kiana James goes singles or whatever. Maybe she can team up with B-Fab and Meacham, and then Julia, we don't see her again until maybe the Rumble. And at the Rumble, she cost Stephanie Fakir her title against Raquel Rodriguez or something, or maybe even on this Raw. But then Julia could say something like, when you got to NXT, that's when all of my problems started. That's when my career derailed. And so she just blames everything on Stephanie Fakir, and those two just have a huge banger of a feud that doesn't even need a title. It's just all animosity and hatred, and Julia just blaming Stephanie for her failures. Just saying, you became champion, I became U.S. champion, I never had TV time, you got all the TV time, I hate you. And that's where they go. But Chelsea Green, she's the champion. She is your champion. I'm going to do a lot of shorts on my Wrestlechop Plus channel. So I'll put a link in the comments below. Go check that out. I'm going to do a bunch of AI, Chelsea Green, just Pledge Allegiance, celebration shorts on that channel. So go please check that out. I'm going to do other funny stuff there too. So that's the thing that I wanted to open up with. I'm just so happy that Chelsea Green, she is a generational talent. She is so good. She just knows what to do. I'm very, very happy for her. Now, what about the rest of SmackDown? Overall, very, very decent. Very decent. I only yawned 4 times. 4 freaking times. Good stuff. Drank a couple Red Bulls. Started off with a sugar Red Bull. Maybe that's why I only yawned 4 times. I've been on a diet for the last 3 or 4 months. I haven't had sugar in a very long time, and woo! I guess I had some sugar tonight. That was 2 hours ago, and it still must be in my system. All right. But I am switching to the sugar-free stuff. Anyways. We open up with Cody Rhodes saying, "I'm done with Drew McIntyre." He does give Drew some props, but then he says, "Drew, you're your own worst enemy. I'm just going to sit in the crowd and see who I should pick as my next challenger." Then Elisha Black comes out and says, "I'll be your next challenger." They get in the ring. They go face to face. They start talking. Zelina will slap Cody Rhodes, and I didn't like that. Not because a female manager slapping the dude, it's just we just did that with Becky. Because later we'll have Candice LeRae interfere on behalf of Johnny Gargano, and she will get physical against Ilya Dragunov, and I'm okay with that. I just don't like that we just did the slap, and it wasn't just a slap that Becky did, it was 800 slaps. Now, she is the best in the world, so she gets to do 800 slaps, and that's not just me saying it, that's Sports Illustrated and Bleacher Report saying that she's the best in the world, but I just thought it was too much similar, but, whatever. Minor. That is the minorest of minor gripes right there. Zelina does slap. I'm glad that she was out there and she did actually do something. Think she could have started on the microphone, though. She's really good on the mic when allowed to speak. And I would like for her to have a snake. In her promo of Turning Bad, I guess she likes snakes or something, and it would be cool if she had a snake around her neck. It would really add to the character. Maybe separate her from Karrion Kross and Scarlett, since it seems like they took over the gimmick. No shade on those two. You do what you're told. It's just a shade on management for firing Karrion Kross and Scarlett when they could be the ones right here. That said, then Nick Aldis comes out and says, "Well, it looks like you guys want to fight," and he didn't do your tag team match play, just a fight. Now, I have a gripe here. I'm glad this segment was only 10 minutes. I'm glad that it moved along. I'm glad that we're getting fresh blood in the main event scene. So that's cool. Plus, Cody's showing up to work, and Cody's going to have to take off the suit and put on his whoa jacket. But I think that Cody should have attacked after. He should have gotten into a fight. Could you imagine if Stone Cold Steve Austin got slapped? The Rock got slapped, John Cena got slapped, and they don't attack the dude. But Cody's well, I guess I'll just stand here until the commercial and I can walk away. So I want to see more. I want to see more animosity and less respect from Cody Rhodes. He didn't fully say the respect word, but I want to see some more. I want to see some more gumption. I want to see some more gumption from Cody. So then we will go to that's our match for the later tonight. We then will have Ilya Dragunov. He's coming out and he has another showdown with Tama Tonga. Yeah. And they just look at each other. Dragunov, he's in the ring. I did have a problem this one. This was I don't know if I would say major problem, but medium problem. You know how minor problem, medium problem, major problem. This was a medium problem. I'll have another medium problem later. So Tommaso Ciampa comes out, and he comes there, and he's like, all right. He has Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae with him, and he's like, all right, last week I was late, but this week I'm here. Let's go. I want to fight you. Ilya Dragunov says, I will fight you, and he says Johnny Gargano. Now, I get it. It's mind games, and it might be a little hypocritical of me saying that, Ilya Dragunov was definitely not showing Tommaso Ciampa respect, and he was playing mind games with him. But I think this was the wrong moment to do it, honestly. And I know, I want my cake and eat it too. But Ilya Dragunov, this is literally an open challenge. And Tommaso Ciampa played by the rule, and Ilya Dragunov ducked him. Whether or not Ilya was just trying to get in his head or just poke at him or something, he ducked him. He's a strong champion. Doing an open challenge, he shouldn't do it. Last week I understood because Nathan Frazier was ahead in line. That made sense. But this time around, it didn't make sense. And so I did not like that. I think that was the wrong time and place for us to try to show not respect. I'm sorry. I wish it worked better. It was like, I'll just give him this. I'll just say this. A for effort, but it did fail in execution, which is okay. Sometimes you got to try things. But don't do it again. Okay, don't do it again. Ilya Dragunov needs to accept everybody. But that said, him and Johnny Gargano had a match. It was about 21 minutes. It was 4 minutes less than I predicted. I thought it was going to end at 7:35 because usually the first match ends at 7:35 or 7:40, and it ended at 7:31. I feel Johnny Gargano should have went more like high-speed breakneck, because Johnny Gargano is a really good wrestler, and he doesn't get a lot of opportunity to showcase that. So, I really feel that he should have laid it all on the line. It was a good match. But the question was never, the match was never in question. And Ilya Dragunov won. Glad that Johnny Gargano got a spotlight, but it, he should have really made our jaws dropping. What else did we get then? It's Candice interferes. I already talked about that. Should have been fast paced. Sammy is talking to Nick Aldis. He's like, I want to help Phoenix. He keeps getting beat up by the MFTs. And Nick's like, no, you won't. You are not allowed out there. I'm not telling you. And Sammy's like, I won't this week, but if this keeps happening. Then we have Jade Cargill. She comes out, right? It could have been better, but it could have been a lot worse. So it was good. It was really good up until a point, and then it's an up and down segment. So she comes out, wish it was new music. She gets in the ring. She does hold the belt up. I don't like when they hold the belts up anymore, because I think that's for some reason, Triple H sees that as how to do a go home angle. Just the wrestlers look each other nose to nose and one holds up a belt. So now I'm just sick of people holding up the belts. I know that's such an I don't know. Is that an entitled fan perspective? Well, either or. I don't like that now because it's been just done too many times. So we have then Jade. She just cuts a really quick promo. It's 2 sentences. She's like, I'm the B word and everybody's on watch, or everybody better watch themselves. That's all she needed. I would have rather her called everybody fat and ugly, but this was good. I don't need to hear her talk. I really don't. I want to see her talk with her fists, and then she leaves, right? She did something to the fan, she was like, oh, don't touch me or something, which I liked. She shouldn't want any fan touching her, and I want her to just be too good for everybody else. She should really be like a narcissist, Lex Luger back in the day, where she's just better than everybody. Nobody can come close to how great she is. That's how she should perceive herself. What I didn't like was Charlotte comes out. Charlotte now comes out, and they have a stare down. And Charlotte kind of dismisses her, right? And I get it. I do get it. It's not out of the realm of Charlotte doing that. So it's not like I'm saying that it was against Charlotte's character. I just didn't like that we did it here. This should have been a moment for Jade Cargill. Kind of and I'm not saying that this was the same historical significance, but when Roman Reigns, the big dog, beat Undertaker at WrestleMania 32, whatever WrestleMania, he beat the Undertaker. The next night on Raw, he came out and he literally said, "This is my yard now," and then he walked away. Nobody came out after and had a stare down with him. No, he just walked away, and it was a statement. I wish they would have just done that with Jade. That's all. I wish they would have just done that with Jade. Oh, but we're setting up a program with her and Charlotte. There's many other ways to set up a program with her and Charlotte. We should have just let Jade have this. But it wasn't a total loss. Jade didn't look like a complete chump because Jade just stood there. She just kept standing there to eventually where Charlotte turned around and was like, oh, you want to go? And then Alexa Bliss had to pull her back. So, could have been better, could have been worse, but the promo that Jade cut was good. And then I will say this. We will cut to commercial and whatnot, and we come back and we will see, we have a segment where Chelsea Green is saying how she's such a great champion. She's talking to B-Fab and Meacham, and then Jade comes in and she's like, what are you saying about being a good champion? And then Chelsea Green gets all scared of Jade. So this is how we should be presenting Jade. She gets all scared and says, well, let's go not Piper Niven, I apologize, Alba Fire. So they leave. And then her and B-Fab and Meacham are kind of going in the same door. And then B-Fab is like, get out of my way. And not B-Fab, Jade Cargill is like, get out of my way. And she kind of talks down to them, which is cool because I could see B-Fab thinking that they're friends because months ago they were friends. And so Jade keeps walking through the door and B-Fab's like, what's her problem? She's not all that. And then Jade comes back and says, oh, I am all that. You want a match? Let's go. And then B-Fab's like, whoa, how'd it happen? So I love bully, but we need a bully. She needs to be a bully. So that was good. So for the most part, with the exception of the little stare down, it was a decent showing for Jade Cargill here, in the right direction at least. Not perfect, but I'll take it. Then Charlotte has a matchup with Nia Jax, and it's a back and forth, blah blah blah. Alexa Bliss is on the outside. At some point, Lash Legend from NXT just grabs Alexa Bliss and ragdolls her, completely destroys her, and that will allow Charlotte to get distracted and get pinned by Nia Jax. And it's like, oh my God, Nia and Lash, they were feuding in NXT. They had a couple matches, one match at least, but they were feuding throughout the entire night once. And so it's like, how are they together? But it makes sense because later they do explain it when they have I think it was with Jackie, but it might have been Kathy Kelly interview, and Nia's just like, oh, but you thought we were mad at each other. No, I know she's a bad mofo, so I got her on my team. We're together now. And Lash Legend is such a natural. She's just here she is on the main roster, and she cuts a better promo than almost everybody. Lash is I love Lash Legend, and I'm very, very happy that she's finally on the main roster. I believe she's dating Trick Williams, so I'm really hoping that Trick Williams is getting called up as well. They tend to keep couples together. Not always, but I'm hoping that Trick does come up. And if I'm wrong about them being a couple, then I apologize, and please someone correct me in the comments below. But both of them are going to be hot commodities on SmackDown. What else then? But they're going to be a tag team. Now that's interesting. Them a tag team because it's I don't see anyone beating them. I thought the Kabuki Warriors were supposed to be the tag team to beat, but now those two pairing up together, that's like the Twin Towers, the natural disasters from back in the day. And I say that with all the love in the world, just huge powerhouses. You don't know, it's hard to believe you can beat one, let alone both. And I love that. I love it. Great stuff here. And my favorite, probably tied, Chelsea Green winning was amazing, but this too was amazing. We'll also have they're in the back, the medical room, and Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, they're getting tended to, and they're like, oh, let's go get the doctor or something. And then the doctor comes in, right? And suddenly, it's there's half a second of awkwardness, and it's what's going on here? Asuka then reveals, she takes off the medical mask, it's Asuka. There's another half second of oh my gosh, and then spray, and it's yes, that's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. A feud, an actual feud where things are happening that just is not just talking to each other, not staring each other down, not lifting the belt above your head. Just, I am attacking you. I'm doing something other than even just punching you. Sometimes a brawl is who cares about a brawl? Asuka sprayed the mist in Alexa and Charlotte Flair, and then Kyrie and her, they start dancing and having a good old time. That is good storytelling right there. That is a good angle. That makes me want to see what happens next now. And so, very, very interesting stuff. The women's division right now, especially the tag division, but I would say the women's division as a whole is really, really good. And I think I did a 3 Hot 3 not a while back after WrestlePalooza, and I was very much critical of the SmackDown division. But what I saw tonight was beautiful and picture perfect booking, with the exception of the fact that Julia's title reign sucked. Today was very much a course correction on a lot of things. So I'm very, very happy with that and what transpired here. What else do we got? Jade, B-Fab, Nia, Green wins. So Rey Fenix does fight Tala Tonga. Solo Sikoa does talk to his MFT saying, the Wyatt's got what's ours. Ilya's got what's ours. Sammy's a problem. Now you go and beat Rey Fenix. Tala Tonga will beat Rey Fenix. When they came out, though, the Motor City Machine Guns and Shinsuke Nakamura attacked. It's like, I hope that's not the War Games match. War Games! Tala Tonga wins. They go to beat him up a little bit after, Solo Sikoa and Tala Tonga, but that's when Sammy comes with a chair. Ooh, a chair. And they run away. So, yeah, that's that. We'll see what happens there. Then Nick Aldis, he does the tumbler. Oh, there was a funny segment with R-Truth. And I'll tell you what, I swear to you, R-Truth looked younger today. He looked like R-Truth from like 10 years ago. He was wearing John Cena stuff with a hat. So maybe that was the thing. The hat was like, I don't know. He just looked really young. And they're doing the tumbler with the balls. He put 2 balls in Nick Aldis' hand. He's like, my balls are in your hand. Please get me in that tumbler. And Nick was like, you're already in it, R-Truth. And then so R-Truth's like, fine, I'll take my balls back. And then he will leave. We then have Nick Aldis will run it. And he said The Miz versus Jey Uso. And The Miz cut a really good promo, a really solid promo, reminding us that he's one of the top tier microphone guys ever to exist in WWE. And then LA Knight, he's fighting a mystery opponent. So I'm thinking Jeff Hardy. I'm going to say Jeff Hardy, Joe Hendry. Ooh, Joe Hendry. Which sucks is, though, that LA Knight's going to lose that. But Chop, you don't know who he's going to fight. Don't matter who he's going to fight. It literally could be Bayley and he's going to lose. It could be me. Like, straight up. I could suddenly find myself in the John Cena tournament and I'll be like, all right, so I'm going to go in there and he's going to, he's going to BFT me in, 2 seconds, and I'm going to just job out to him, and Triple H will be like, no. You're going to win. We're putting you over, Wrestlechop. I'll be like, what? Shouldn't we let LA Knight win? He's been over for 3 years. No. So, yeah, LA Knight's going to lose to a mystery opponent next week, which sucks because I want LA Knight to win. And I would love LA Knight to win. So, no. Okay, so after that, I think we're going to the main event. It's Aleister Black versus Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. I hate that chant now, by the way. We do it for Dirty Dom. We do it for Cody Rhodes. We do it for Io Sky. And we do it for Roman Reigns. It's no longer special. Please stop doing it. Pick a wrestler and do it to that wrestler. Man, yelling at a Cloud. Hey, Cloud! Pick a chant for one wrestler and then keep that chant on that one wrestler. Okay, so then we have Aleister Black, Cody Rhodes. It was refreshing. It was really refreshing. They did feud in AEW, and Cody Rhodes actually does. Did he do a Cody Cutter on a flaming table? He burned himself on a flaming table. I do remember that. They fought, and they eventually it's coming down to the last 5 minutes. Both men are down or something. I don't know. It was a decent match. Whatever. And the ref everyone's just standing there, and suddenly you see Drew McIntyre's kind of you see him at the last second. He's in the ring. And it's like, oh, Drew McIntyre about to cost Cody the match or DQ or something. And he just Claymore kicks the referee. Like he just ignores. He ignores Drew. He ignores Aleister Black. Or Drew ignores Cody. And Aleister Black, he Claymore kicks the ref. The ref is completely dead weight now. And he's picking the ref up and screaming at him how it's his fault. I laughed so hard. This was so funny that Drew was so crazed at the ref. He didn't even care about Cody or the championship. He just wanted to hurt the referee, the 140-pound soaking wet referee. It was so good. He's like totally focused on him too. Cody tries to Cody will try to stop him, and then Aleister Black attacks, and then they both are attacking. They're both attacking Cody Rhodes. Damian Priest comes out, and I didn't like that. I wish Damian Priest would have just left it all alone, left well enough alone, or the bad guys. I don't know, just kind of like the Chelsea thing earlier. It's like we didn't really get to digest it because they just moved on so quick. We didn't get to digest that Drew McIntyre was standing tall and ugly and just just being ugly and just really knocked out the referee. Because you don't really see that. The refs accidentally get hit, but Drew straight up Claymore kicked him and then just abused him. And so anyways, Damian Priest will get the upper hand. Cody will get the upper hand. The Black leaves through the ring, and Drew's going up the crowd, and Nick Aldis is like, "You're suspended. I can't believe you did that." And Drew's just yelling at him. That referee, the referee's eyes just crashing completely out. It's just amazing stuff here with Drew. Drew's just so good and just sucks because it's like, that's the MO of Drew McIntyre. You just make him so good, have him lose, have him recover the next night because that's what he can do. Him and Chelsea Green, they're just generational talents. But Asuka too, and Becky Lynch. They're just great stuff. Those are probably my top 4 wrestlers right now in the current landscape, and just this was I was gonna do a 7. I was gonna do a 7, but now once I talked it all out loud, this is definitely an 8. Probably an 80. High 8? I was going to give it a high 7, low 8, but now I'm giving it a high 8. Giving it a high 8. Very good stuff. Go watch this Smackdown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go subscribe to the Wrestlechop Shorts channel. It's Wrestlechop Plus. It's free. It's on YouTube, and you'll see a lot of funny stuff. You're going to see me be more of a heel there. I've come to the conclusion that the product has not passed me by, but the product has been taken over by people who don't love the product. So the Chop Nation, you guys and gals, we're going to be the resistance. So go check out that channel. See ya. Bye. Go do a hot take too. See ya. Bye.